Hello YouTube, Genius in Exile here. Kind of bored on Labor Day morning. Everybody's still asleep, so I figured I'd make good use of my time and make waterproof fire starters. I'm sure you've probably seen a lot of videos on how to make the fire starters, but I figured I'd show you how to make waterproof ones. So what I did is I've been collecting my dryer lint, gnarly looking stuff, and I put it into a paper egg carton and stuffed it down there pretty hard. And I actually did have a little bit of give room in there, because what I'm going to do is cut them apart and I'm folding them over. So what I've done here is after I've stuffed them full, I've cut them apart and folded down the flaps. And I took some embroidery floss I didn't think I was going to use and tied them over. You could probably use dental floss. It might actually work a little better because it's got some stick to it. But I wasn't going to use that, so I figured I could use it for tying these up. And then I've got some wax here. I've been melting off some candle ends and things. Had some candles that went up into the attic in Texas. That's just not a good idea. They melted really badly, but hey, now I got wax for fire starters. Oh, was actually going to dip that nicely for you, but there you go. Plunge it in. There. So now it's coated in wax. And putting it on a plastic produce bag. What I did is I took the flap from the egg carton and put it under here so I could put the plastic underneath there without it, melting to the pod. So I could have as much of my counter covered as possible. There you go. This is a little warm, but I want to show y'all. It's completely covered in wax. That'll make it fireproof. I don't think I need to dip it again, but if I do, I'll do an update. But I really actually want the paper to be able to, ignite through the wax. I'm going to let it cool there, and it should stiffen up in about an hour, and then we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to make some more. I think that the most difficult part really is not really the cutting this apart, but actually, tying these up. So maybe if you can get a second pair of hands, that would help a lot, or at least a finger to, hold the knot down while you tie it. But what I did, and you'll have to bear with me, I'm doing this one-handed, is just cut them apart and fold down the flaps. And remember, this does not have to be pretty. You're going to burn it. There, like that. And then stuff it all in. Stuff all that lint in. Oops. And there you go. Nice, neat little package. Tie it up. Dip it in the wax or throw it in like I just did. There you go. So let me finish these, and I'll show you when I'm all done, and then we'll burn one. Found an easier way to dip them. Got some chopsticks here. Dipping them down until the air bubbles are out. Kind of moving it around. Make sure there's no new air bubbles coming out. There still is. Alright. Here we go. Who knew take out chopsticks would have such a great purpose besides eating leftover Chinese food? Nice. So I'm still working through it, still bundling them up and tying them up, but I thought that was a pretty cool little trick on dipping them. This is the first one that I did that kind of bonsaied into the wax, and it's still a little bit sticky, so I'm going to let these dry and get nice and hard and set, but I just thought I would pass it on. I thought that was a pretty cool little idea. Tied up one more to show you. So grab it like this, put it into the wax, watch the air bubbles. This one I packed down pretty tight, so it shouldn't have too many. And voila, let it drip a little bit, and onto the plastic. I'm going to keep going. I only have two more. Alright, so I had another idea. Since I had some leftover dryer lint and no more egg carton, I figured I'd take a fast food napkin, cut it in half, and stuff it full of lint, wrap it up like a burrito, and dip it in the wax. So I'll show you how I did it. I just figured, what the hey, fast food napkin, free, dryer lint, free, wax, well, failed Christmas candles, so no big deal. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it works, great. There we go, like that. here and around this way. Now with these, I'm actually not going to wrap them up in string. What I'm going to do is get a pretty tight grip on it with the chopsticks. Come over here to the wax and dip it. Now notice with this, there's a lot more air bubbles in there. And swirl it around. Ta-da! Now I didn't actually put this down right away. I let it cool in the chopsticks for about 30-40 seconds. That's what I'm doing now. And then over here, there, it's holding together pretty nicely. So we'll see how that one works. I don't know, it might be a fail, might be another great idea, but I figured, you know, fast food napkin, blend. Don't try anything, because in an SHTF situation, you got to be creative. So, start exercising the creative side of your brain now. So I'm doing one more. Not very pretty. That's okay. It's going to burn. Well, hopefully it will. And back over here to the wax. And if you're not that great with chopsticks, it's okay. You can put a rubber band on the top of them. You know, hold them together. I happen to be half Japanese, so this stuff is like second nature to me. But maybe you can use tongs. You know, tongs might work. Or those ice tongs, tweezers, hemostat, whatever you happen to have. There, doing it again. And we'll let it cool for just a sec. And there we go. Another fire starter. So I'm going to do some more of these, and then we'll see how they burn. So I ended up with a dozen of the egg carton fire starters and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the fast food napkin fire starters. Kind of neat. And we'll see how they do. So I just used the top of the egg carton as a little tray. I'm going to figure out how to store these, and then we'll go outside in a minute and we'll try, I guess, each one of these out. So see you in a few. Okay, so we've got both fire starters out. I'm going to try the one that I made out of the fast food napkin in the lint. Taking a little bit to light. Maybe I should have dipped that one a little bit less in the wax. Just gave it a quick dip. But it's lit, okay? And it just went out with the wind. Definitely have to use less wax, but there it's lit, and we'll see if it actually catches. It's got to go through that wax. Ooh, it's putting off some heat. Okay. Maybe we should have lit the one farther away from you first. It's burning. Okay. So that works, and it's still free. Fast food napkin. Wrapped around some lint, dipped in a little bit of old wax. You know what, let's see if we can get the other fire starter to light off that one. There we go. See how quickly that one catches. A fair bit of smoke coming off. I don't know if you can see it, but it's definitely putting off some serious heat. Now if it can engulf the other one that I made, we'll see how well that one lights. Looks like it's starting to catch. And there it goes. It's on fire. Okay, the wind's blowing pretty steady, but now that it's actually lit, It's holding up pretty well against that wind. Excuse me. Well, not bad. So for stuff that normally would have gone into the trash, start a nice little fire. I bet if we put that in the bottom of a barbecue pit or in a little fire pit, a little bit of wood on top of there, you have a nice fire to cook by. Because even alone, without any wood on there, they're putting off some serious heat. Very serious heat. There you go. Fire starters. So you can add that to your list of skills. Take care and prep honestly. Wow.
Look at the shadow.
Well, you'd definitely be able to use those to get a fire going.
Oh, yeah.
You see that liquid smoke? That is cool.
Oh, yeah. Liquid smoke? No, honey, that's the wax.
Oh.
That's the wax melting off. That's how we got it to be fireproof. Waterproof.
You know what we ought to try is take one of them, but use a knife to scrape a section of wax off and try it with a fire steel.
Ooh. You know, I actually saw somebody else do that with fire steel, and it worked really well.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. That is really burning. Those flames are really high. I don't know if you can see that. I think they're both burning pretty well. I think the one made out of the egg carton still has a lot more to burn. But the one in the napkin, that one's burning just as high. As a matter of fact, that's one that caught the other one. So it's pretty good. Not bad. Not bad at all. It's been burning for about 12 minutes, still really hot, and what you just missed is the rock just cracked. It produced that much heat. So, let's see how well it burns. Junior wants to put a piece of grass in there, see if it'll burn. Go ahead. We're not cooking anything over it. It's really bright, I can't see it. Yeah, I'd definitely say that would start a fire nicely.
It's lighting.
Yeah, it is.
A wet leaf is actually lighting. How amazing is that?
Oh yeah, it's green. So I don't recommend burning green wood because it smokes like crazy, but it's a nice dry firewood or something that you've scavenged. That will work nicely. Let's see how it looks. Wow. It's burnt all right. I mean, it was burning. Oh. That is just neat. Well, and if you're ever knee deep in the materials to do it, egg carton, dryer lint. Can't ever get away from that unless you hang everything on the clothesline. But shoot, it doesn't take a whole lot. So I guess either way you want to do it. Keep those in a Ziploc bag. Put them in your bug out bag. Even keep a couple in your purse if you want to. They're still flaming. Not real high, not like they were before. They're still hot. That rock did crack.
Praxi. Sorry, I was right, dog. That started to come apart a bit. Ooh, it's lighting again.
Oh yeah, they're still flaming. I think they're finally reaching the inside where that lint is.
So it should be lighting a bit more.
But I mean, we're considering the fact that we're going to be putting some, wood on there and using that to start a fire. We're not going to use that just alone. You probably could with the way it was burning. There's still a lot of flames coming off. They're kind of low. I don't know if you can see them. Neat. Fire starters for free.